Hi, Sandra Dawes here, founder of Embrace Your Destiny, certified life coach, and author of the book Embrace Your Destiny 12 Steps to Living the Life You Deserve. In today's video, I want to talk about silencing the peanut gallery. And I think that this is the foundation to successfully achieving our goals and creating the life that we want to. Because if we find a way to silence the negativity in our lives, then we can really focus on the things we want to do and do what needs to get done to make them happen. And if you're unfamiliar with the term, the peanut gallery, as far as I'm concerned anyway, and for the purpose of this video, the peanut gallery is our many friends and family who, for whatever reason, can't support us in the pursuit of our dreams because they think it's too risky, they think that you're crazy for wanting to do it, and they would never do it themselves. And I think that you have to understand that they don't mean any malice when they do this, that they're just coming from a different place. They're coming from their own perceived limitations of what's possible, and so that's what's holding them back from really supporting you in the way that you want to. Another source of the peanut gallery is social media, because there are haters out there, and so you share your goals with people, or you put it out there because you want to be held accountable and you want to share what you're doing, and you're going to have the naysayers, and you just have to find a way to silence them as well. The media is another contributor to the peanut gallery, because there are always going to be stats and reports that tell you that the things you want to achieve are going to be challenging, that they may even be impossible. And I think that we have to not allow those things to discourage us from the things that really mean a lot to us as well. And I think that the number one contributor to the peanut gallery is that little voice in our head that is always questioning ourselves. It's making us wonder if anything or the things that we want to do are possible. And it's really about finding a way to silence that little voice, or at least change the script in that little voice so that it's an empowering one and not one that tells us that what we're doing is never going to happen. So how do we silence the peanut gallery? I think the first step is to surround yourself with positive people. And I think that that can sometimes be a challenge. I know that I say that all the time, surround yourself with positive people. And sometimes I'm asked where you find these positive people, because they're not people that are in certain people's inner circle at the moment. And I think that they are out there. You just have to find them, whether it's stepping outside your comfort zone, expanding your circle, and going out there to meetups, or reaching out on social media to different groups that are out there who really want to support one another in the pursuit of each other's goals. And you might not all be striving towards the same goal, but you're all working towards something that's meaningful to you. And I believe that a rising tide lifts all boats. And so if you work together and support one another, you can't help but succeed. And TD Jakes talks about the fact that greatness is contagious. So when you surround yourself with people who are working towards something, who are striving and really committed to making their goals a reality, you can't help but be motivated and inspired by that and continue to take the steps necessary to do the same for yourself. I think that the next step to silencing the peanut gallery is to limit your exposure to negative news. And so for me personally, I don't watch the 11 o'clock news because I don't want to go to sleep with all that negative stuff that they share in my consciousness. So I want to read a book, do something inspiring before I go to sleep, meditate, or something that's going to inspire me, something that's going to put me in a positive mindset as I go to sleep. And whether that's what you do before you go to bed or what you do in the day, I think it's just really about limiting your exposure to negativity in all aspects. So whether it's the news, whether it's limiting your exposure to social media, because there's a lot of negativity on there as well. You've got to do things that protect yourself so that you can focus on the things that matter to you and not get discouraged or distracted by the negativity that's out there, because it's always going to be out there. It's just a matter of choosing to not allow that to affect you or discourage you from pursuing your dreams and doing the things that you want to do. And I think that when you hear things in the news, so when you hear reports about the failure rate of starting your own business and that's something that you want to do, or if you're hearing about the ridiculous rate of unemployment right now and how hard it is to find a job, you have to remind yourself that that might be true for some, but it doesn't have to be true for you. And if you can hold on to that or remind yourself of that, then what you're hearing in the news, or when you're hearing what other people are saying to you about stats and that kind of thing, you won't allow it to affect you in the same way. Another great way to silence the peanut gallery is to create personal affirmations for yourself. And if you're not familiar with affirmations, they're positive statements about yourself and or your environment. And when I talk to my clients about creating affirmations, there are a couple tips that I give them of things that you want to include in your affirmations to make them impactful and really work for you. The first is to start them with the phrase, I am. The second thing is to keep them in the present tense. And the third thing is to invoke as much emotion in them as possible. So you want to really be able to feel what you're going to experience when that affirmation becomes true for you. So you're going to be saying something about the fact that you're a really successful whatever, or that you are, whether that's a particular occupation that you're trying to achieve or whatever it is, but you're claiming that for yourself in the present tense. So you have to really evoke all 5 of your senses in this affirmation. What's it going to sound like when this becomes a reality? What's it going to smell like? What kind of things are you going to be saying when this is true for you? And how are you going to feel? What kind of emotion are you going to feel when this affirmation does become a reality for you? And so if you can incorporate all that, the I am statement, keeping it in the present tense and involving as much emotion as possible, then you can really start to attract circumstances that will allow you to make that affirmation true for you in its realist form. Affirmations have been a great tool for me. They helped me when I was at my darkest point after my father passed away. I went crazy with affirmations and had them on sticky note, pretty much wallpapering my entire condo, and it even got to the point where I started to write them in dry erase marker on my bathroom mirror. That's how serious I took these affirmations, because I knew that I needed to surround myself with as much positivity as possible. And so you just have to find what works for you. I worked with a coach who suggested writing them down in multiple sets of index cards so that you had these affirmations with you at the touch of a hand, no matter where you were. So a set in your car, a set in your purse, a set by your nightstand, a set in the bathroom. So it's really about making sure that you have these affirmations readily available to you whenever negativity starts to creep in. And I think that affirmations are sort of like your negativity first aid kit. They're there to protect you from those negative thoughts, because it's inevitable that they're going to pop up. And so it's just a matter of not allowing them to swallow you whole, not making those negative thoughts become your reality, not treating them as if they are factual, because they're not. And it might be true for you right now. That might be where you're at in the present moment, but you don't have to live there. You don't have to stay there. And so these affirmations are there to help you attract more of what you want in your life into your reality. Silencing the peanut gallery is all about choosing to focus on what works for you. It's about not allowing the opinions of others to affect you in a negative way. Because remember, the opinions of others are none of your business. You have no control over what other people think or believe about what you're doing. So if they think that you're crazy, if they think you're being irresponsible, that's their problem, not yours. And so if these goals that you want to achieve are really important to you, if they're really meaningful to you, you can't allow people to discourage you from making them happen. And even if you try it and it doesn't work out, at least you can say that you tried. The biggest mistake that we can make is to allow people to discourage us from pursuing our dreams, to allow the opinions of others to discourage us from doing the things that we really want to do in life. So if you want more help with this, I've created a workbook to help you create your own personal affirmations so that you have your own negativity first aid kit. And if you click the link below, you'll find it. And if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. And if you have your own experiences with affirmations or silencing the peanut gallery in any other way, I'd love for you to share them in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos where I'll be giving more tips on how to really make your dreams a reality, subscribe in the link below, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and have an awesome day.